Okay, so here I am to give a little bit of a rig rundown on the new live performance rig I've been putting together and explain what the goal is, really. I've been a performer and songwriter for, not professionally, but as long as I can remember. And I play multiple instruments, and I would like to do something that expresses my musical idea as a whole with all of my abilities. So I've been putting together something that allows me to meld that into a live performance. I'm a drummer, first and foremost, and so I have the Elisa sample pad set up. Very awkward transition. So those are the drum sounds. I can also do drum sounds through this sample player, which is the Korg Electribe. That's just some of the default samples that are set up. And then I have a Korg Cross 1, the original Korg Cross, for keyboard sounds. I also have instruments, so right now I'm set up so I could hook up pretty much any instrument that I wanted to that I play. And I'll show you maybe some of the instruments that I have. This is all running through a Behringer XR18 18x18 digital mixer, and that is being controlled by this device here. So you can see, like on the S audio, I can turn it down. So I can turn it down, control the fader, just like a regular mixer there. This is also my backing track player. And so this gives 16 tracks total, if you want it, of broadcast wave files plus a MIDI track. And so the next setup for the rig is to then try to get all the MIDI to talk to each other. But for example, we'll just start the intro of this song. And so I'm feeding 8 tracks in, and there's a click track that you're not hearing coming through my left ear here.
It makes good sense.
Okay, so that intro is a work in progress. Let's go a little further into the song. So right now the drums are off, so I could live play the drums. Or I can go to that track and unmute it. So those are being fed basically 8 channels out of this in stereo pairs. And then I'm using a 9th channel that sends a pulse that is going into the sync on the Electribe so that you can sync that with the audio. And then this Electribe should send out MIDI time data, which will sync if I'm running any sequenced parts on the keyboard, looped parts on the sample pads, the looper. So I'll show you my pedal board here in a second. And then I have a Mod Duo, which can do, could be 20 videos in and of itself. So I've also got vocal effects processing on the outboard here. So I can just turn that on real quick. So here you can see, turn that back off. And so I can control this kind of like a guitar pedal, If I turn the effect on, I can step through various types of effect till I get what I want. And there's presets and things like that that can be set up in here. Judas Chorus. That one's weird. This is Sinatra. Fly me to the moon. So I'll show you the pedal board next, and we'll talk about it a bit. Okay, so here's the pedal board. So you can see I have a volume pedal, which isn't hooked up right now. My vocal effects processor up in the top right. See if I can get my cord out of the way. So the vocal effects processor, my venerable Yamaha Magic Stomp that I had since new in I think 2004. The Mod Duo, and then the Ditto X4 looper, and then there's an add-on for the mod with assignable foot switches. Then also over here is a Behringer foot controller that isn't hooked up just because I haven't really delved totally into the MIDI aspects of the setup. So I don't know if there's much more to say about how everything is hooked up. So maybe that's it for now.